Did you know that the Philippines is considered a global hotspot for a crime so heinous it's hard to even talk about? Every day, countless children are victims of online sexual exploitation, or OSEC, right under our noses. But what exactly is OSEC, and why is it such a massive issue? More importantly, who's stepping up to shine a light on this dark reality? Enter Liza Soberano. Yes, the Liza Soberano.
I feel pressured with every little word I say
The
because
Filipino actress who's not just a Hollywood star, but a fierce advocate for change. On September 4th, 2025, she took to X to call out this crisis, sparking a firestorm of reactions. Why did her post strike such a nerve? What did she say that had people talking, and some even criticizing her? And how can one celebrity's voice make a difference in a fight this big? In today's video, we're diving deep into Liza's bold stand against OSEC, uncovering the shocking truth about this issue, and exploring how her massive platform is shaking things up. Stick with us to find out how Liza's advocacy is sparking hope, and what you can do to join the fight. Don't look away. This is a story you need to hear. Before we start, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to get all the latest updates on celebrities and shocking reveals. So, what exactly is online sexual exploitation of children? It's a devastating crime where children are coerced or forced into producing explicit content, often live-streamed or shared online for profit. This isn't just a distant issue, it's a global crisis, and the Philippines, shockingly, is at its epicenter. According to a groundbreaking study by the International Justice Mission, or IJM, in partnership with the Philippine government, the country is a major hub for this illegal activity. Why here? Factors like poverty, limited internet regulation, and high connectivity create a perfect storm. The IJM study estimates thousands of children, some as young as infants, are exploited annually, with perpetrators often being family members or trusted adults. Can you imagine the betrayal these kids face? This crime thrives in the shadows of the internet, where predators exploit vulnerable families, offering money for horrific acts. The scale is staggering. IJM reported a surge in OSEC cases during the pandemic, with some platforms hosting millions of illicit transactions. What's worse, the trauma to these children is lifelong, yet the issue barely gets the attention it deserves. Why is it so hard to stop? And how does this connect to Liza Soberano's fight? Stay tuned as we unpack her bold stand and why it's a game changer in this battle for justice. Now, let's get to the heart of this story. Liza Soberano's powerful stand against online sexual exploitation of children, or OSEC. You might know Liza as the dazzling Filipino actress who's breaking barriers in Hollywood, starring in films like Lisa Frankenstein. But on September 4th, 2025, she showed the world she's more than a star. She's a voice for the voiceless. On X, Liza posted about a chilling study by the International Justice Mission, or IJM, in partnership with the Philippine government, calling out the Philippines as a global hotspot for OSEC. Her words were raw, unfiltered, and packed with urgency. She wrote, and I'm paraphrasing here, that it's infuriating how little attention this issue gets when children are suffering. Can you imagine the courage it takes to use a platform of over 18 million Instagram followers to tackle something this heavy? Let's break down what happened. Liza's post wasn't just a random tweet. It was a call to action. She highlighted the IJM's findings, which revealed how predators exploit children online, often through live-streamed abuse for profit. She didn't sugarcoat it. She pointed out the grim reality. Thousands of kids, some barely old enough to speak, are caught in this nightmare, and too few are talking about it. Why did she choose this moment to speak up? Well, Liza's been vocal about her love for the Philippines and its people. She's not just a celebrity cashing in on fame, she's someone who feels a deep responsibility to her roots. Her post wasn't about gaining clout, it was about shining a spotlight on a crisis that's been ignored for far too long. But here's where it gets messy and real. Liza's post sparked a wave of reactions, and not all of them were positive. Some users on X zeroed in on a typo in her post, trying to undermine her message. Can you believe that? Here's a woman addressing one of the most horrific crimes imaginable, and people are nitpicking her grammar? Liza clapped back. And rightfully so. She responded directly, urging critics to focus on the issue, children being exploited, not her English. She said, quote, "I'm not perfect, but this isn't about me. It's about the kids who need us." That response? Iconic. It showed her passion and her refusal to let distractions derail her mission. Have you ever seen someone handle online trolls with that kind of grace and fire? What makes Liza's advocacy so impactful is her platform. With over 18 million followers on Instagram alone, plus millions more across X and other platforms, her voice reaches corners of the world most advocates can only dream of. When she speaks, people listen. Whether it's fans in Manila, Hollywood executives, or even policymakers, her post on X wasn't just a one-off rant. It was part of a broader pattern of her using her influence for good. Think about it. How many celebrities with her level of fame take on issues this serious? Not many. Liza's not just posting selfies or promoting brands. She's diving into the trenches, calling out systemic failures and demanding change. Let's zoom out for a second. Liza's advocacy didn't start with this X post. She's been open about her own struggles, which gives her a unique perspective. In August 2025, she appeared on the podcast Can I Come In? With Sarah Bahba, where she shared gut-wrenching details about her childhood. Her mother's addiction, her father's deportation, and abuse she faced in a foster home. That kind of vulnerability isn't just brave. It's a bridge to connect with others who face trauma. It's no wonder she's drawn to causes like OSEC. She knows what it's like to feel powerless. Doesn't that make her advocacy even more authentic? When someone who's been through that kind of pain fights for kids in similar situations, it hits differently. Now, let's talk about the ripple effect. Liza's X post didn't just go viral, it sparked conversations. Fans started sharing the IJM study, amplifying its findings. Some even began researching how to report OSEC cases or support organizations fighting it. Her post also caught the attention of advocacy groups, who praised her for bringing mainstream attention to a niche but critical issue. But it's not all rosy. Critics on X accused her of being out of touch or too Hollywood to speak on Philippine issues. Others speculated about her motives, with some unverified posts claiming she's just chasing relevance. Really? A woman who's built a global career needs to fake advocacy for clout? That's a stretch. And Liza's track record proves it. Her commitment goes beyond a single post. At events like the Manila International Film Festival in March 2025, she's spoken about uplifting Filipino stories and communities. She's also used her platform to empower women and children, whether it's through her work with Wild, her new global entertainment agency, or her appearances at high-profile events like the Gold House Gala. Every step she takes, she's carrying the weight of her heritage and her responsibility to give back. So why does this particular advocacy matter so much? Because OSEC isn't just a Philippine problem, it's a global one, and Liza's voice is a megaphone that can cross borders. What's next for her advocacy? That's the big question. Will she partner with organizations like IJM to push for policy changes? Could her Hollywood connections open doors to fund anti-OSEC initiatives? Or will she keep using her social media to keep this issue in the spotlight? One thing's clear. Liza's not backing down. Her X post was a spark, and it's igniting a fire. As we move to the next part of this video, we'll explore why her stand matters in the bigger picture and how you, yes, you, can be part of this fight. Stay with us because this is bigger than one post or one person. First, let's talk about the power of influence. Liza's got over 18 million followers on Instagram and millions more on X. When she speaks, it's not just fans listening. Policymakers, organizations, and even other celebrities take notice. Her post about the International Justice Mission's study on OSEC didn't just go viral. It forced people to confront an issue they'd rather ignore. Think about it. How often do we scroll past uncomfortable truths? Liza's making it impossible to look away. By calling out the Philippines as a global hotspot for OSEC, she's challenging us to ask, why is this happening in our backyard? And what are we doing about it? Her platform amplifies the voiceless, children trapped in exploitation, and that's a power most of us can't wield. But it's not just about reach, it's about impact. Liza's advocacy is sparking real conversations. After her X post, fans and advocacy groups shared the IJM study, spreading awareness about the thousands of kids exploited online. Some even started researching how to report OSEC cases. That's the kind of chain reaction we need. When a public figure like Liza takes a stand, it's like dropping a stone in a pond. The ripples reach far. Her words prompted responses from groups like the Council for the Welfare of Children, who praised her for highlighting the trauma kids face. Isn't it incredible how one post can shift the narrative from ignorance to action? Now, let's zoom out to the bigger picture. OSEC isn't just a Philippine problem, it's a global crisis. The internet knows no borders, and predators exploit that. The IJM study she referenced points to a surge in cases during the pandemic, with millions of illicit transactions online. This isn't a distant issue, it's in our digital world, on platforms we use every day. Liza's advocacy reminds us that ignoring OSEC doesn't make it go away, it lets it grow. By speaking up, she's pushing for systemic change, from stronger laws to better enforcement. Could her influence inspire governments to act faster? Could it fund organizations fighting this fight? That's the potential here. Her personal story adds another layer. Liza's openness about her traumatic childhood, abuse, neglect, and instability makes her advocacy raw and real. She's not just a celebrity preaching from a pedestal. She's someone who's felt powerlessness and is now giving a voice to kids who feel the same. Doesn't that authenticity make you trust her mission more? It's why her call to action hits so hard. She's not asking for likes or clout. She's asking us to care about kids who can't speak for themselves. That's a responsibility we all share, whether we've got 1 million followers or none. So what's at stake if we don't act? OSEC scars kids for life. Emotionally, psychologically, physically. The trauma lingers, shaping their futures in ways we can't fully grasp. Liza's fight is a reminder that awareness is the first step, but action is the goal. Her post wasn't just a rant. It was a plea for us to get involved, whether that's reporting suspicious activity, supporting groups like IJM, or simply educating ourselves. Have you ever thought about how a single share or donation could save a child? That's the power Liza's handing us. She's not just fighting for Filipino kids. She's fighting for every child trapped in this nightmare, everywhere. This matters because it's about humanity. Liza's using her spotlight to say, we can't let greed and apathy win. Her courage challenges us to ask, what can I do? Can I share this video to spread the word? Can I learn more about OSEC and support the fight? As we head to our closing, we'll wrap up Liza's impact and give you concrete ways to join this cause. Because this isn't just her fight, it's ours. We've just unpacked Liza Soberano's powerful fight against online sexual exploitation of children, a crisis that's stealing the futures of countless kids. Her X post on September 4th, 2025, wasn't just a wake-up call. It was a rallying cry. With her massive platform, Liza's forcing us to face the ugly truth about OSEC and inspiring action where silence once reigned. Why does this matter? Because every child deserves safety, and every voice, like hers, like yours, can make a difference. This isn't just a Philippine issue, it's a global fight. And Liza's shown us how one person can spark change. Now it's on us. Share this video to spread the word about OSEC. Follow Liza's advocacy on X or Instagram to stay inspired. Support organizations like the International Justice Mission by donating or learning how to report exploitation. Every step counts. If this video moved you, hit that subscribe button now to join our community, shining a light on issues that matter. Leave a like to show your support and drop a comment below. What do you think about Liza's stand? How can we fight OSEC together? Let's keep this conversation alive and make a difference. One click, one voice at a time.